Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a good ending of a weekend. It has actually been rather slow for me around the house this weekend. I actually didn't have a lot that needed to be done, but got to spend time with the family. Made spaghetti, played Monopoly House Divided. It's a neat little variant on Monopoly because normally you just vote whenever you vote to say, okay, the game's over. Whoever has the most value, money, and property wins. This actually has a defined way to win. When the game is over, then you tally up how many votes you have based on electoral votes. You get additional votes for houses, which are called campaign headquarters. There's a lot of little variations in it from the old game, and I mean it was fun. We didn't argue as much as during normal Monopoly, although as always with Monopoly you're going to have little disagreements. But a couple of things that are still ongoing and not being talked about in the media or being covered badly in the media are just really broken records. Of course, we have liberals in New York or Illinois, California, bemoaning that states like Texas or Oklahoma or Florida are slowly reopening. For those who don't live in Texas and then probably don't follow closely what is going on in Texas, Governor Abbott is not just saying, we're open. It is a four-tiered or more opening process. Not all businesses are instantly reopened. Those that are only open for a certain number of a percentage of occupancy. If you're in a county that has a certain criteria, I believe it's no infections for a certain number of days or whatever, you can skip to tier 2, which is slightly higher. But it's not just we're open for business and business as usual, as of course the media is twisting things to look like. Of course, we have people at Cuomo bemoaning that the federal government isn't sending him more money than they are because he says, well, New York sends the most money to the Fed. We should get the most back. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Blue State. Isn't it the liberal mantra that states have to support each other, not we spend the most or send the most to you, so you send the most back to us? But as always, it is situational. New York is all but virtually bankrupt because Cuomo and de Blasio and others in the state have just refused to allow any semblance of reopening. Remington offered, I believe it was Remington, offered to make ventilators. Cuomo ignored the offer. That would have allowed them to make ventilators, even selling them at cost. That would have allowed people to continue working. But Democrats don't want that. Democrats want you stuck at home, forced to mail your vote somewhere that you have no idea where it's going, no idea if it's being actually counted or not, so they can steal power. And so they can then say, well, we're never going to be able to open the economy back up. We're just going to pay you. And they will pay you the bare minimum. Because, of course, they're going to say, well, these people are doing more, so they need to be able to do more, and these people are not, and blah, 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 blah. It will be Animal Farm in real life. And while they're doing this, they are ignoring Tara Reade. Tara Reade is a young woman who, in the 1990s, alleged that Joe Biden sexually assaulted her. In the 1990s, her mother actually called into Larry King, which was a nationally televised, syndicated talk show, and spoke on this. She has multiple corroborating witnesses, some of them who are Joe Biden supporters, but they say that they can corroborate her story. But we have a university in Delaware that is holding Senate documents. Why they have that, I don't know. So, of course, Joe Biden is telling the Senate to find and release anything they can. He's already found everything and sent it off to be held in secret or destroyed. When it was Brett Kavanaugh, we needed just endless investigations. They all but said, you're going to continue running investigations until you find what I want you to find. And if you never do, we will never stop investigating, so this man will never be confirmed as a Supreme Court justice. When it's Joe Biden, the media and the Democrats as one, he denied it, so we're just going to move on. It is a double standard that needs to end. By the standards set at the Kavanaugh hearing, the believe women, believe women, believe women, Joe Biden should be off of the Democratic nomination and just not running for any part of any office anywhere. That's what they basically demanded of Kavanaugh, that he was to just volunteer to walk away because they wanted him to. But since they couldn't get the votes to say no to him, they tried to blockade and just stall the entire process. And when that didn't work, they cried in the media. But because Dr. Blasey Ford couldn't be corroborated, and her testimony amounted to, yes, that's what I said, and the Democrats could not block it, now they are all but screaming to just drop the Tara Reade thing. I really hope Tara Reade doesn't get the same treatment that Juanita Broaddrick got. Juanita should not be still getting it, because it needs to come out. Every accuser for Donald Trump or Kavanaugh has no evidence. They're demanding conviction without evidence, without trial, without due process. But when it comes to liberals, when it comes to Democrats, it's all about due process, and their due process is, well, he said he didn't do it, so that's all there is. And that's wrong. We have video after video after video of Joe Biden groping anyone he wants, including children. That, to me, says there is a lot of substance to Tara Reade's accusation. That alone should have people up in arms all across the media. But the vast majority of people on TV, and I include a lot of Fox News people in that, are so beholden to the Democratic Party that they ignore everything the Democrats want ignored. It's an extremely sad state of affairs when you have one of the two parties of politicians in the country that can actually openly state, I want more investigations. Oh, that one didn't find anything? Run another one. Run another one. Run another one. But when something that's worse than what they were investigating is alleged against one of their own people, they say, he denies it, that's good enough for me. But then again, these are the people who, like Pelosi, can show off a refrigerator worth more than some people's cars, filled with high-end food that we know is worth more than some people's monthly grocery bill. And then she can actually say, well, I believe Joe, and we're not coming back to Washington until I can have a guarantee it's safe. She's literally saying Congress will not do their job. They should all be told, Congress will be open on this date. Anyone not showing up will have resigned their post. All salary will end on that date. Governors will appoint a replacement until the next election. That will have them all back in D.C. the next day, crying over being forced to be back. But they will never give up power. The people of California, Illinois, New York, Washington, Hawaii should be up in arms demanding a recall of all of the people who are, and every other state should be up in arms demanding recall of any member of the House or Senate who is basically holding Congress hostage because they don't want to work. Unfortunately, that's not happening, and I don't see it happening because the people who are doing it, they're in states where they have people so convinced of their own infallibility that nothing will ever get done. I don't know. I've rambled long enough. I'm going to watch a movie. I have 1917 and Midway that I want to watch. So I'm going to watch those, and that's probably about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, be civil. We're not here to scream and yell. We're not here to argue. We're here to discuss, dissent, and debate like civil, logical adults. Please also remember to like and share the video to widen the conversation and to grow the channel so the giveaway will happen sooner. It is at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 subscribers. I will clarify that at this point because I have noticed my subscriber count will go up by 3, down by 3 the next day. So when I hit 500, I'm going to wait 5 days. Then again at 1,000, again at 1,500. Basically, I'm going to wait a business week. And as long as it holds at that, I will then choose the winner at 500 for one book, 1,000 for 2, 1,500 for 3. Then we will move on, and something may happen after that. Who knows? Until next time, be safe, be smart, be healthy. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're part of the giveaway. And everyone have a wonderful day.